Model railroading. They say this scale got its start when the U.S. patents for full-size locomotives required a 1/8 scale model. Now it's a passion of hobbyists around the world. Train Mountain was founded in the 1980s and has become the largest model railroad anywhere. Every 3 years, the volunteers at Train Mountain have organized a major event they call the Triennial. It's a bucket list item for most people that are passionate about this scale of model railroading, and for train fans in general. YouTube has dozens of videos available that will give you a glimpse of the 2025 Triennial action. But this video will be different. Of course, we'll show you some of the amazing trains that ran during the event. Yes, there were a lot of trains, over 300 registered in fact. And lots of people, over 800 registered adults and lots of children. But the Triennial is even more complicated than all that. There are hobby vendors and food vendors, there's camping, classes, and gatherings. And if that isn't enough, visitors were invited too, and over 600 of them showed up to join the fun. But we really want to give you a behind-the-scenes peek at how this remarkable event was even possible. Now the dust has literally settled, and it's clear that this 2025 edition of the Triennial was a huge success. Back in 2023, a future Triennial was in doubt. Such an undertaking was risky and burned out organizers in the past. But if Train Mountain didn't make the event happen, who would? The theme of hosting for the hobby was adopted. Building an army of volunteers became the top priority.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Eddy. I'm a volunteer here at registration for the Triennial. This is one of the first stops that people are going to make coming in for the day or for the week. When people come to register, they get their registration packet, which is full of all kinds of things. There's a map of Train Mountain. There are their parking passes if they get parking passes. There is literature about Train Mountain, literature about camping. We also have people coming in with their trains in trailers, and they come here. We send them down to staging, and then they're able to take their trailers up above to the top, up to Central Station, and unload their trains. We have people that'll be camping in 6 acres or down here in South Meadows, and South Meadows people, when they're going to camp, they come through here. We give them their camping information. We direct them down to the campground, and they go and see the camp host to find out about where they can camp.
Like most Train Mountain meets, the Triennial was preceded by a work week. That may not sound like much fun, but many people enjoy the camaraderie and synergy as much as the main event. The volunteers attacked the tasks on the job board during the Triennial work week with a vengeance, cleaning, clearing, painting, and setting up as we all prepared for hosting for the hobby. And then it was time to play. In fact, the work week jobs got done so quickly, the layout opened a day early for everyone to run trains. But a lot of support is needed during the Triennial, and the volunteers rose to the occasion, filling 2-hour shifts to make things happen.
I'm Paul Hinks. I'm one of the volunteers on the Triennial committee helping put this together. one of my big areas of focus has been volunteers. Volunteers are really what makes the Triennial possible. We have anywhere from 150, 175 two-hour shifts that we need to cover every day, and we rely on everybody that's coming to Train Mountain to step up.
This is unloading, where people, of course, the trains, we're able to come in here, and we provide volunteers as people show up, partly to keep things safe, make sure nothing falls on the ground, which has happened in the past, and also to help people and make sure they enjoy being here, and it doesn't take too long to get their trains on the track so they can go have fun. Yeah, we'd run this in 2-hour shifts. Anybody that comes here that, we'd like them to help out, but at the same time, they still need to enjoy being here. So we try to keep the shifts short, so that they can, but if everybody helps out, it really makes the event run smoothly and work well.
Everything looks good. Thank you, guys. Appreciate your help.
So today I'm driving golf cart shuttles from South Meadow Campground up to Central Station. In order to keep the Central Station area clear, we keep all the cars parked down here at South Meadow. So we provide 3 types of transportation up the hill. We have the rail shuttles, we have the golf carts, and we have shuttle vans. So this just keeps the meet running smoothly by helping people who don't want to walk up the hill get up the hill easily.
So we're here at Central Station Tower Dispatch. Right now we got the whole CTC system set up, and we got a couple trains coming to the main yard and a couple over here, and they call us to give them a signal. Normally there's a push button for it. They can just push a button, get the signal, and go, but when it gets busy, especially at a Triennial, you need somebody in here who can coordinate train movements and make things run smoother.
The other nice thing about having a signal system is people come here to be immersed in trains. This is another level of immersion that you wouldn't normally get. This is different from what we're used to, in a way, like the actual hardware out in the field. But generally this layout, this is exactly what we have on the full-size railway.
This is our BNSF shuttle that we are currently borrowing this morning to give everyone passenger rides. Right now we're at the midway station all the way at the bottom. We're able to take 8 passengers at a time. We're supposed to be having a rotation of 4 trains every day, about a 15-minute ride all the way up, all the way down. Right now we've got 6 passengers actually already set up and ready to go. They're going to be having a good time. All act safety, make sure we can't lean too far to the sides, make sure nobody shake rails and rolls as we go along the track.
Hi, my name is Cheryl McGinnis, and I was the 2025 Triennial Committee Chair. Back in 2023, my team, Roz Harley, Paul Hinkst, Deborah and Alan Howard, and Russ Wood, approached the Train Mountain Railroad Board to see if we could do the Triennial. We spent approximately 20 months planning and getting this executed. Our first task was to find out how many actual volunteers we were going to need to run the Triennial. Russ Wood took that on, and he calculated there would be over 1,600 two-hour slots for volunteers.
Hi, this is Cynthia Barros. I am the Triennial Office Coordinator. The Triennial Office is the central point of the annual the Triennials. Anybody has a question about anything at the Triennial, this is where you come. We should have all the answers, and if we don't, we know who to call to get your answers.
Hi, can I help you?
We sell some things here that are easy to get, bottles of water, maps, pins, brochures. We can sign you up for rides here. We can get you a steam engine checked here. Anything that you need is what we do here.
Hi Randolph, this is Roz from the Triennial office. I'm wondering if you're still on site for a train ride.
The next thing we did was come up with 2 incentive plans. The first one was they would work 2 two-hour shifts, which would equal the 4 hours, and they would get what we were calling the golden whistle.
So my name is Mark Flitton. I've been coming to Train Mountain for about 30 years. I'm on the board of TMI, and I mostly work on track. We've got a great crew. Quentin named us the Idaho Mafia many, many years ago when we first started. Our crew goes out and lays a lot of track, but we focus also on repairing track. So ever since the first Triennial, my crew's been in charge of track maintenance and repair and recovery during the Triennials. So we go out every day and work on the tracks. We also help and recover locomotives when they have a mechanical failure. We arrange for them to be towed in, or we go and get a vehicle and load them up and bring them back to the back shop so they can be repaired. So it takes a lot of hours of folks working. There's a fellow that lives here local, Dale Furseth, that works almost every day on the track. He does a great job, but we've got a lot of miles of track, so it takes a lot of people and a lot of effort.
At the same time, the volunteer was getting a raffle ticket. The raffle ticket was to be put into the raffle prize of their choice. And we had over 20, I think we had about 27 of them. And this actually worked. We had 85% of the volunteer slots filled by the Thursday of the Triennial.
There are more people here at Train Mountain who make this possible. Our track crew has been working since April, clearing up the track. Grounds people have been maintaining the facility, trying to make it look as best as we possibly can. We've got people in the paint shop that have been touching up our building. We have 150 plus visitors a day. We have people at parking, trying to direct them so that we can fill our parking slot. Wood shop, sign shop. There's plenty of signage around because we have lots of people who may come to Train Mountain once every 3 years. This may be their first visit.
From everyone here at Train Mountain, thank you for attending, for helping out, and for visiting this amazing place.
We would also like to thank the subcommittee chairs. There were 40 of them. They did an amazing job. And the members, the families, and the businesses that donated the prizes for our triennial. And then we have all the volunteers that actually filled those 1,600 spots. Thank you very much for all of your help. The Triennial was a huge success due to the volunteers of Train Mountain.
There are so many people here that have made this event possible and what seems to be a great success this year. It's been fantastic.